Coast weather. Certified most accurate.
And with that in mind, why don't we touch base with the rain totals in parts of Lee County, where we had the most along our coastal areas earlier this afternoon. Over the past 24-hour window, there were actually a few backyards here to the west and southwest of downtown Fort Myers along the Gregor Boulevard, picking up just shy of 3 inches of rain, and then just west of US 41, north of North Fort Myers, there were a few backyards picking up more than 3 inches of rain as well. In fact, right now, Gulf Coast Live Doppler radar returns still show a big slug of some steady rain, but not exactly severe weather with this. There's no lightning here. It's just some decent steady rain that continues to fall across neighborhoods in Collier County and Hendry County. When you lapse the radar for the past hour, you'll find it's barely moved anywhere. So it will be a while before a big slug of rain like this completely rains itself out. But again, considering how dry much of the area has been, that's a very welcome sight. In points north of the Caloosahatchee, the coverage of rain isn't quite as expansive here, but again, at least some decent areas of showers and thunderstorms around. But again, essentially stationary, not really in a hurry to clear out of the area here for us the rest of this evening. So with this in mind, over the course of the next 12 hours, we'll keep the chance of some additional downpours or rumbles of thunder in the forecast through about 10 o'clock tonight. But after that, the radar should really start to calm down. The humidity, though, will stay abundant tonight, and that's why nighttime low temperatures will really only back off in the mid and upper 70s. Now, tomorrow is a different day, obviously, but the weather pattern is going to be different than it's been recently. Over the weekend, all the big afternoon storms got pushed over toward the other side of the peninsula. Today, a lot of the wider coverage of downpours and thunderstorms stayed just east of I-75. Tomorrow's different. The winds are more from the east tomorrow, and that should keep a lot more of the downpour and thunderstorm coverage in areas along and west of the interstate. So much higher storm chances start tomorrow in neighborhoods like Harlem Heights, Cape Coral, North Fort Myers, Iona, areas west of the interstate that in some areas are really running significant rain deficits over the course of the past year. If you expand this view, take a look at this on the regional level, you'll see again nothing huge coming up during the first half of the day. Through the morning, through about lunchtime, the focus is just on the heat and humidity. But after the lunch hour, that's when we expect to see a decent shot for numerous downpours and thunderstorms. And again, because the overall winds across southern Florida will be from the east, a lot of those storms will favor areas in western Charlotte and western Lee and western Collier County. So a very classic type weather setup for this point in the year here in the month of August. And again, like I mentioned before, it's favoring neighborhoods that really still could use the rain, as many of our coastal areas west of US 41 are still running some pretty wild rain deficits over the course of the past year. Over the next 7 days, though, we should see some decent improvement in terms of rain totals, as Thursday, Friday, and Saturday all have the same steering winds with the widest coverage of downpours and thunderstorms favoring areas along and to the west of Interstate 75. Thankfully, all these areas of rain just from the homegrown sea breeze, not from the tropics, as the tropics continue to be very quiet for us and nothing concerning right now across the Gulf or the Caribbean, and no big signs of any organization anytime soon right now across the rest of the Atlantic. Something we'll have to keep in mind, though, even during quiet hurricane seasons like this one, would be storms that get going very close to home with something called rapid intensification.